Oh, it's 22422. Shout ballet. 22422. Year of our Lord. Let me let me just pull up. I don't need notes on the fucking Stooges. The Stooges were one of the greatest bands ever. They invented punk rock. Velvet Underground kind of invented punk rock. I'll do the Velvet Underground next. We're scraping the barrel here. We're getting to the classics. We're getting to the inventors. Anyway, they were the Psychedelic Stooges. They started out as a psychedelic rock band. They used to just have different weird instrumentation and stuff. Iggy talks about it in that documentary that came out about him. Anyway, Iggy Pop, look out, honey. I'm using technology. Ain't got time to make no apology. I am the world's forgotten boy, the one who searches to destroy. Look out, honey. Anyway, the Stooges. All their albums are 10s. They have 3 albums. The first one is called Stooges. And it has 1969 is the first song. 1969, Another Year with Nothing to Do. 1969, Oh Well, Boo-Hoo. It's a great song. Shout Pisces. 69. And then after, let me just pull up the fucking albums. Why am I pulling up notes when I should be pulling up this track listings of albums? Then after 1969 is I Want to Be Your Dog. One of the greatest songs ever written. Yeah, now I got you in my room. I want you here. We Will Fall is a crazy psychedelic 10-minute rock out in a different language that I don't know. Some sort of ancient language. It's like a trippy psychedelic rock out. Like on par with the Velvets or the Grateful Dead or bands like that. And then it just collapses into this droney, just like blues with like no semblance of like the cute rhythms anymore. This is the first punk rock music. No Fun. It's funny to me that he puts No Fun after We Will Fall, because it's almost like, yeah, we can be a psychedelic experimental band. No. We are beyond that. We are the fucking Stooges. I'm going to cut a razor blade and bleed on you because I do not fucking like this society at all or agree with anything that I'm supposed to be fed. I want to rebel. This is communicated musically. Spite for the conventions of rock and roll music. No Fun, one of my favorite songs ever. Real Cool Time. Rules. Anna's like a love song. Anna's not punk. Anna's like them trying to be a real band. It's kind of a fun anomaly on it. The rest of it's kind of rocking. Not Right sounds a lot like the No Fun riff. Although I could listen to the No Fun riff all day. I wish No Fun was 25 minutes. Like I listened to the longer version of No Fun. It's still not fun enough. It's still not long enough. It still would be fun if it were longer. No Fun would be. So yeah, that album's obviously 10. Funhouse is the greatest album ever. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm pretty sure. It opens with him going, growl, growl. He's roaring. He's not even verbal at this point. He is a fucking wild animal. And it sounds like the band, the Ashton Brothers, rule. I love Ron Ashton's guitar playing. I love his bass playing. Later, when they change, Dave's on bass for these 2 records, the Stooges records, Funhouse, and then Ron switches over to bass, and they get James Williamson, who's an incredible guitar player, should be more recognized in his own right for Raw Power, which is start to finish, like Funhouse, a fucking masterpiece. There's not a bad song on Funhouse. Funhouse opens with Down on the Street. Late at night, I'm lost in love. Just makes you want to fucking punch somebody, fuck somebody. Loose, same thing. Maybe the greatest guitar riff ever, Loose. Just throw Loose on. I will link Iggy Pop in the description. That's how this works. I link what I'm talking about in the description of the video. After Loose, again, starts with a scream, like a wild, just unrestrained howl, and then TVI. TVI is almost as rockin' as Loose. I think I prefer Loose. I think Loose is the best song. But there's not a bad song. Dirt, 1970, the song Funhouse, the song LA Blues. It's like crazy dark, just like heroin strung out Midwestern people cranking this fucking machine at you. And it's so beautiful. I would love to exist inside of Funhouse, the Iggy Pop album. It's one of my most listened to records. Raw Power is pretty up there too. Search and Destroy is an opener. You don't get better openers than that. Gimme Danger, fucking amazing. Great song. Kind of like more like acoustic, like in the I Want to Be Your Dog type, like melodic, droney. Almost Velvet's. John Cale did produce the first record, so there's direct Velvet's blood on the Iggy razor. So yeah, Gimme Danger, Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell. I fucking love this song. Death Trip? Are you kidding? This is an amazing song. Penetration, Raw Power, just the song Raw Power, that churning piano. Oh my god, the guitar playing on this record is truly wild. It's an incredible album. So, those are all 10s. That would be enough to invent punk rock. This James Osterberg guy, that would be enough for a career, you would think. Especially for somebody who is apparently so strung out that he's getting kicked out of a band of junkies. You would think that that would be all he would do in his career. That's not all he did. He also made 2 of the greatest David Bowie records. You heard me right. David Bowie wrote and produced in the 70s during his absolute peak 2 albums that he co-wrote with Iggy Pop. The first one being arguably the first industrial album ever created. So if you like Nine Inch Nails, you like Death Grips, listen to The Idiots. It comes from there. And then it goes back to the Velvets. The Velvets are underground though. But that's where it all comes from, is underground, where there's Velvet. Anyway, The Idiots, of course it's a 10. Have you listened to the record, Sister Midnight? It's awesome. You throw it on in the background of like a party. Fucking The Idiot rules. It's just like good electronic pop music, and it's like a different voice of Iggy. Not only is he a great rock singer and lyricist, he can also just like go into these other voices that you don't hear on the Stooges records in his solo stuff. And Lust for Life, yeah, Lust for Life is a 10, obviously. It's one of the great records. These people are popular because they were good. It's not accidental. There's some form of meritocracy. Hopefully. Maybe. Maybe I'm just brainwashed. Maybe that's the deal. But if I am brainwashed, hopefully I can scrub a little off on some other folks. Right? The Stooges, maybe the greatest band ever. Probably the second greatest behind the Velvet Underground, who I'll review tomorrow. Because, like the Stooges, the Velvet Underground don't have anything that's not a 10. Iggy Pop's solo career, as he gets older, he does have a bunch of solo records that are not 10s. I didn't review any of those because the whole bit is I just review perfect music. Music that I think is perfect, that I wouldn't change a note, that I listen to a lot. Hopefully, somebody finds it compelling to hear a non-music critic, just kind of amateur perspective on just simply having an adoration and affection for beautiful art. I think that's a good thing to put out into the world as we're on the precipice of some sort of world war, perhaps. Hopefully not. Where I like to retreat into is music, where I can vicariously get the bliss. Because, yeah, I don't know. Just the drugs stop working at some point, and then you're just left with the music. And the music that you're left with is hopefully the Stooges, because it rules. It just rocks your face off. Iggy just like smears peanut butter on himself and bleeds on you. Like, fuck you, Jim Morrison. Bleed for me.